Here we go.
Dang.
Yeah, as I was saying, I thought
That's not there.
when our last Zoom got cut off. So we're still like a startup here, so we have like some budget issues. We can't afford the full hour-long Zoom. So we're doing 40 minutes at a time. And we just got a lot of good stuff to say. We need to give it out to the people. So we ramble a little bit. So I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna just tell you the Bears plus 7 is where I'm gonna have to take this bet against the Vikings. They're on the road, but 7 points is a lot for a team that's not so good like the Vikings to cover. So give me that. Give me that 7 points on the Bears.
Give me that.
Give me that. Man, I know I just said last game that the divisional road dog I would take, but I'm leaning Vikings here. I honestly, that sour taste, that last game with the sour taste in my mouth too. Honestly, the last 2 games, they got lucky to escape with wins. I should be selling it here, but I think the matchup here is just really good. The Vikings, one thing they can do is if you're facing a bad defense, they can put up points. The Bears are a middle of the pack defense. We saw the Giants with hobbled Tyrod Taylor put up, 19 points on him. I think if the Vikings can hit 24 points, they can cover this. So I'm just going to bet on the Vikings coming back, finally figuring some stuff out, being home. It is tough because they did come from London. I really don't want to touch this game, to be honest, because anything can happen. They are coming back from London. They're going to have a little bit of a jet lag. But, man, I feel like the Bears can't stop Kirk to Jefferson. And that's one thing the Saints were able to – well, they weren't able to limit him, but they were able to keep him out of certain key conversions. The last 2 teams before limited him, so that's why the Vikings struggled a little bit. They still found ways to compete. I don't think the Bears can limit him, so I think they're going to be able to pull out this win and cover the 7. Can Justin Fields put up some points? I don't know. This is going to be an interesting game. I don't love either side, but I would lean Vikings a little bit because I feel like people are selling their stock. And something about this week, Vegas, I don't know, something's about this week. But I wouldn't go crazy on this game.
Yeah, it's probably safe to stay away. Next up, we got LA Chargers at Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are 3-point favorites. I'm sorry, they're 3-point underdog.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm going to go with – I'm going to stay away from this one, honestly. I don't like this one. Gun to my head, though, I would probably say Chargers -3, but I'm staying away from this one.
Yeah, man, I would. I don't like it'd be toss up to me. To me, the spread is exactly right. You're basically just gonna bet on what kind of Jacoby Brissett do you get. If you get the Hall of Fame Brissett, then this Chargers defense has some weaknesses that he can exploit. That Chargers defense is weak against the run, so Chubb should have a big day. But also that Cleveland defense is weak on the back end. And the Chargers should be able to exploit that. So I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'd rather take the over, to be honest. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Just going to come back down to what kind of Brissett. Can Brissett make plays late? So I would take the Chargers just off them being able to make plays late. We bought low on them last week. I think they're still undervalued. I'm going to buy low on them again. I know the Browns can run the ball, but yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers because I would hate to lose on Brissett. Like I've been hating losing on Carson Wentz. So
yeah, I'm not putting any money on Brissett at all. Chargers look really good. You know, Justin Herbert finally looked a little bit healthier. They were up a solid amount of points against the Texans. Texans did come back, but then Chargers were able to wake up again, and it just kind of like they had an on and off switch. And those are only the really good teams that can have an on and off switch like that. Last week they showed me that they did have a switch. So I will take Chargers 3 points, but I will take the money line because sometimes these road teams, they just win off the last second field goal, and even though they have control of the whole game, but sometimes the scoreboard doesn't show that. So I'll just take a money line here. It's still good value. And we'll continue to ride with the young guy, man. Justin Herbert.
Yep. They got to get this. There ain't no way. They got to get this one. If they don't get this one, they might not make playoffs. Like, they got to get this one.
I would say it's a must win, but I wouldn't say ain't no way.
Yeah, it's a must win more so than it ain't no way because it is a 3-point spread. But
Yeah.
they got to take this one.
Next up, we got San Francisco -5.5 at Carolina. Me personally, I think that win against the Rams was huge, and they're about to turn the corner. A lot of people had San Francisco as, maybe one of the NFC contenders, and I think this is the week that they start to, put the league on notice as an NFC contender. Honestly, I think San Francisco is going to blow out Carolina, so I'm taking the -5.5 easily.
I'm gonna take Panthers money line here, man. And I think Panthers come away with the win here. They're at home, and I think the Niners just show up against the Rams, especially in the regular season. So they did have a great win, and I think Vegas is gonna. This is gonna be one of those games where Vegas actually cashes out from public money. A lot of people are gonna be betting on the Niners after their performance last week, and the Panthers haven't looked so hot at all, but they do have a decent roster, and I think they have enough to win this game. Like that Niners defense was a little extra juiced against the Rams. I kind of took offense to it, man. Those guys are not as they're good, but that was some next level shit. I was talking to my pops, and he's like, "Man, why does it look like they're trying to hurt all these players out there?" You know what? Because they probably are, man. They probably are.
Bad blood.
Yeah, man. There's no love lost there. So I mean, I'm taking the Panthers money line here, just as a place where I can see Vegas, getting some of their money back from last week.
Ooh, I love that logic because that's exactly how I was thinking. That's literally exactly how I'm thinking. I just don't know if the Panthers are the team I want to buy, have the take bread on because they're they just look bad. I don't know. They look bad. Baker looks bad. If you even had an average quarterback, I love the spread. But yeah, I got to go Niners, and I hate it because I'd rather take them in a teaser. I would love them in a teaser, but I don't know if I think the Matt Rule experiment's about to come to an end. I think Baker Mayfield experiment's about to come to an end. I just don't see how they can get better. At least the Commanders, I can see Wentz having a good game. He has a talent for it. I don't know if Baker has it, man. But damn, I don't want to buy high on the Niners, but I think I'm gonna lean Niners. And this definitely feels like one of those games where Vegas is because the Panthers still have a good defense. Garoppolo didn't put up 30 points on us. He put up 16 points, if that. I think he put up 13 points in the defense, or he put up 2 touchdowns. I don't know, but he put up less than 15 points, and the defense scored another touchdown.
So, yeah, they had a pick six, and they definitely had a rushing touchdown. So
yeah, they had the Debo touchdown. I don't know, but they didn't put up a lot of points. So I think, this is a tough one. I just can't trust the Panthers right now. So I would lean the Niners. But the logic is perfect, seamless. We'll see. I'm just, Panthers, man.
We're going to see.
A lot look like they believe in Baker. They're DJ Moore's talking shit. Robbie Anderson's talking shit. It's just something's not right about that team right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Baker's going to be sitting down pretty soon.
It's going to be Go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep rambling.
Okay. We got Dallas Cowboys at LA Rams. LA Rams favored by 5.
I didn't see Baker Mayfield wearing new socks the other day, so I don't know.
OBJ's pops right now.
Say that again, Blake. What game are we on?
Dallas Cowboys at LA Rams. LA Rams favored by 5.
Ooh, they're getting up to.
Give me the Cowboys. And give me the Cowboys. I'm giving up on my Rams.
As much as I'm a big Rams hater, sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the Rams look washed. Matthew Stafford is a racist, and the Cowboys have a solid. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah, Stafford definitely don't like throwing to black people.
At all, bro. Yeah.
Nah, as much as I'm a big Rams hater, I just think the Cowboys are due. They're due, and they're starting to, I'm sure Cooper Rush is starting to hear rumblings about Dak trying to come back. It's time. I think right now, Cowboys are 3-1. Cooper Rush is Dallas savior right now. I think the whole Cowboys nation is probably like, all right, yeah, we ready. This is like, let's keep riding the Cowboys. This is the perfect time to switch up on them.
Yep.
Even though the Rams are favored, but yeah, I'm taking the Rams -5.
I'm taking the Rams -5 too. I agree with that logic. I feel like the Rams still have enough stars to make. I do like buying on teams that have stars. Like we were talking about the Panthers earlier. They do have some like really good players all around their roster, but I don't know if they have like a guy or a couple guys that can go out and make stuff happen if they need to, like in a spot like that. So it's hard to rely on them. I do think the Rams have guys that can make stuff happen. You have Cooper Kupp, you have Jalen Ramsey, you have Aaron Donald, and you still have Matt Stafford, who's a high variance quarterback. He could be great one day, he could be not great. That D-line matchup is going to be incredibly tough, but they also got Sean McVay, who I trust. I trust him over McCarthy. I think McCarthy's been just doing just enough to they haven't been super creative, but they've had a good game plan the last 3 weeks to basically use that D-line to rush, make sure that they don't have to score more than 20 or 25 points. Like even last week against Washington, who has a trash defense, they didn't put up a lot of points. I think Rams can find a way to put up 20-something, 23 points on the board, and then get Cooper Rush uncomfortable enough to see, all right, can you actually throw the ball down the field? If we're gonna man up on your receivers and we're gonna stop the run, can you actually throw the ball down the field? So I think we're gonna get a correction of the script on Cooper Rush, and it's gonna set up perfectly for Dak to come back after this battle of the Coopers.
Yeah, right here I might even take Cowboys money line. I know they're 5.5, 6-point underdogs, but the Rams offensive line is a real problem. Okay, real problem. And last year you had that Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp connection. Nobody was able to figure out really, which was mainly because it was kind of a new thing that nobody saw. But we've seen it for a year now, man. The same trick is not going to keep working. Like last week, there was a very obvious play that Matthew Stafford was going to Cooper like 8, 9, 10 times in a row until he eventually got for a 6-point return. The Rams have struggled against good defenses this year, like big time. They put up only 10 points against the Bills, 1 touchdown. They put up only 9 points against the Niners, 0 touchdowns. I have no reason to believe that they'll fix all their issues in 1 week. I know the Niners play the Rams well, but I think, the Rams offense has real problems. Their defense is not, is not the worst in the league, but their offense is kind of struggling. Matthew Stafford has some throws that it just looks like he's hurt, which they say he is hurt, and it shows, So give me the Cowboys money line right here on the road, man. And there's a lot of Cowboys fans in LA, man. So it isn't.
I was going to say, going to be a Cowboys home game, so add 2 points to the Cowboys for that. Now, I definitely could see this one. This is one that I'm picking a side because I got to pick a side, and I'm just going off like standard logic of buying low on not a great team, but a good team. But yeah, man, the Cowboys, like if this game was happening 2 weeks ago, I'd be like, bro, take the Cowboys. Just because they won 3 in a row, I'm kind of hesitant. But yeah, man, the Cowboys match up well. That D-line should be able to put some mad pressure on Stafford. I would like to take – I do think Rams are going to win. I would like to take Rams money line. But, yeah, man, it's going to be an interesting game because we're going to see which team is for real. Like, this is not to decide the season, but this is going to decide if the Cowboys could beat the Rams, I'm going to buy into long term. Not long term, but to make playoffs. And maybe
it sounds like a prime live betting opportunity.
Yeah, I can see that. Hey, for this game too, what I've been noticing is the Rams in the first half. I would take the Rams first half if anything. The Rams have been really good in the first half, and then they trail off. Look at what they did against the Bills. They hung tough for that first half. They was tied at half, got blown out the second half. Next game, played the Falcons, dominating them up like 20-something in the first half. Falcons came back and covered that spread. Next game against the Cardinals, they were up like I think 9. Ended up being 9 at the end of the game, but I think Stafford scored like 3 points in the second half. And then this game, or the last game, I don't remember exactly what happened, even though it's the most recent one. But I don't remember exactly what happened in terms of – but the Niners dominated that second half. So I think teams are kind of getting used to – because if Rams can't stretch the field, they can get enough to get conversions, but they can't stretch the field and get space for Kupp to actually make big plays under somebody running deep. Once they get Vance Jefferson back, I think I'm going to buy a lot more stocks into the Rams. But, yeah, man, I can see this game going either way, to be honest. So don't be scared to bet with whatever your soul tells you because really The Cowboys could win this game. Rams could win by 10. Depends on who is able to basically make the other team uncomfortable and make them play from behind.
Yes, sir. You just mentioned the Cardinals. That's actually the next game up on the slate. We got Philadelphia Eagles at Arizona Cardinals. We got Philadelphia Eagles -half. For me personally, the Eagles are doing way too well. And I don't think the Cardinals are the team that they're going to fold against. But at the same time, a loss is coming one of these days. And, Kyler can go nuclear. This might be their longest road trip. They're coming to the West Coast. I'm going to take Philly -5.5, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cardinals covered.
Yeah, I'll take Philly -5.5 here too, man. The Cardinals have yet to win a home game. They don't look right, Something looks off there, and it's either going to be Kyler Murray magic or the Eagles are going to cover here. And the Eagles have not trailed like 1 second in the second half yet this year. So I have really no reason to be some guru and bet against them this week. So give me the Eagles, man. I think it's obvious.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna try to outsmart this one. This is one of the best, most well-rounded roster, if not the best roster, along with the Niners and Bills in the whole entire league. They're going against the Cardinals team that's missing a lot of players, that's deficient with a lot of talent. I would love the Eagles first half bet here. We've seen the Eagles struggle with scoring in the second halves. We've seen Kyler come up big in the second halves. If you followed the Carolinas first half last week, that paid off. So I would take the Eagles here, man. They're just a much, much better team. And like SOJAD said, Cards, I'd rather bet the Cards on the road. For some reason, they play better on the road. I don't know why, but they play better on the road. They're not that great at home. We've seen what the Packers did last year with no Devontae to that Cardinals team when they were like 7-0. This Eagles team is better than that Packers team with no Devontae. And they're -5.5. I just think they're going to destroy him. So I'd rather take the Eagles here, not overthink it. I'm going to just be mad if I bet the Cardinals and I'm seeing Kyler run for his life, getting knocked around by those speedsters that they got on defense. So, and the coaching discrepancy too. Just a much better coach on the Eagles side. Cliff Kingsbury might be done by the end of the year. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. They only won last week because they're playing Baker, and Baker's trash. So I would take the Eagles. I don't know why the spread is this low, to be honest.
Week 5 traps. All right, we got 2 more boys. We got Cincinnati Bengals coming to the DMV, Baltimore, a little north of the DMV. Baltimore is favored by 3.5 or 3 points actually. I got Baltimore. I feel this is the game of the week for me personally. I just feel this one in my belly. Baltimore is 2-2. They've been disappointing the hell out of people. And this is the perfect game at home for them to come out, make a statement, take command of the AFC North. And, so I got Baltimore -3.
I feel this one in my belly as well, man. I think they're take this one. I mean, I'll bet a money line or 2.5. I don't like the 3 exactly. Last week they played the Bills really well, and they definitely should have won that game. It was kind of a coaching error there at the end. They kind of hyped themselves out a little bit, overthought it a little bit. They should have just went for the field goal. But anyways, the Ravens have been playing well, inspired football. The Bengals are coming off a week which was kind of weird, like, that to be the opponent against the Dolphins last week. It's like all the attention was on the other team and their medical staff and this and that. So that game was just a little bit off. I don't think I can take away anything from that game when it comes to the Bengals. Mm-hmm. So if we can just take that game away from the Bengals, what else have they done? They've gone 1-2, and they've lost to the Cowboys, they've lost to the Steelers, and they beat the Jets. So I'm not giving them any credit for last week, and they're playing a good Ravens team. So I'll take the Ravens here.
Yep. I feel the same feeling in my gut. This is mostly gut. It's just a team. For the Bengals side, I've been on the right side of the Bengals this whole year, and I feel like I thought they were turning a corner when they played the Jets. Watching that Dolphins game, man, I don't know. Something about Zach Taylor. This guy needs to be fired like yesterday. Does not know how to coach. They can't run the ball. They're getting Joe Mixon as the least rush yards per attempt in the whole entire league is like 2.5, which is teams are cutting you after that. He looks a little hurt. The offensive line can't get pushed. The play calling is horrible. That they should have blown out the Dolphins. They really should have. The Dolphins hung in there a little bit. I mean, they're on a short week too, but they're on a short week. They should have blown the doors off of them. They started going deep, and then they stopped going deep in the second half, and they just started doing dink and dunk stuff, running the ball first down, running the ball second down. That's not going to work against Lamar. Lamar's going to put up points. This team is going to be mad. This team is going to be pissed off that they lost another home game. And I think this is the first home game they're going to get a chance to win. I'm going to follow the same logic as the Bucs and assume they're not going to lose 2 in a row at home on prime time. And and also this Bengals team has beaten the brakes off the Ravens the last 2 years. For some reason, Zach Taylor's not calling the game the same way he did in those games. So maybe he will this game. I would be surprised because I think he's a stickler for his own way of calling plays. But I'm going to take the Ravens here in a bounce back spot. The offense is a lot better than it was last year. They can actually keep up with the Bengals. And that defense is coming around, to be honest. I think they were missing some guys against Miami, but they got them back against the Bills. They look good. They had a great game plan to keep everything in front of you. I think if they apply the same game plan against Joe Burr, then they should be able to hang tight and they should be able to pull this one out. Like SOJAD said, try to take the money line. Also, J.K. Dobbins is back. He looked really good last game. Another week is only going to help him out more. They have a real rushing attack if he gets going. So their left tackle, Orlando Brown, I don't know if he came back last game, but if he didn't come back last game, he will be back this game. And that's a huge, huge, huge get for them. So I think they're going to win this one. Take it on the money line or take it on the spread. I'd rather take it on the money line.
Yeah, I like what you said about you can't lose 2 in a row at home on prime time.
Crazy.
And being said, I definitely just locked in my first parlay. It's going to be Baltimore and Tampa.
Ooh, spreads for both or money line?
But I'm gonna do Baltimore money line, and I'll probably buy 2 points on Tampa.
Yeah, I already did a parlay with them. I took him at 6.5. You can take him at 6.5. Do it. You don't want to be sweating a 1-score game or anything at the end of the game or backdoor cover. Yep. So
yeah,
I like a Dolphins Ravens parlay money lines.
Okay then. Last game. Got a Kansas City -7 against the Raiders. The Raiders are actually going to be in Kansas City. This one for me, after what they did last week, I mean, they look like they're the Super Bowl favorites, but the Indy burn it's still fresh, and this is the divisional rivalry. Raiders are hyped off that first win. They got the monkey off their back. So you know what? KC could probably just win this shit by 6, real smooth. And Vegas gonna get some money. So I'm gonna take Vegas +7.
I wanna take +7 too. I'm gonna have to roll with that side. I think the Raiders are still very undervalued. Last week that was more of a heart game than a scheme game, but they put their heart on the line and they got the win. That's got to feel good. They've been so close for a lot of these games. I feel like they have the talent to keep up with the Chiefs offensively. They do. And defensively, I don't think they can stop the Chiefs. But if they can put up 27, maybe 30 on the Chiefs defense. We saw Brady do that with a trash O-line. Chris Godwin walking on one leg and, Mike Evans being double covered most of the game. So I think the Raiders should be able to get their weapons going. And I think they're going to be hyped to play the Chiefs that they got embarrassed by a couple of times last year. We've seen a lot of revenge narratives, especially the last 2 games we just saw, the Rams versus the Niners in the playoffs and the Bucs and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Both teams admitted that they were hyped to play for that reason. I think the Raiders are going to be up for the challenge and try to beat this team. I don't think they're going to win, but I think everyone's thinking the Chiefs are going to blow them out. I think the Chiefs still have some question marks, so I'm just going to take the Raiders here, and they can put up enough points to keep up.
Right here, I agree with you guys with the Raiders pick, but I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to take Raiders money line right here, man. Raiders can
value.
Just for the value, man. Just for the value. Let's see, they're probably around +300. I don't think they should be +300 in this game. Like I said, Raiders could be 4-0 this season. They lost in very close matchups. Right at the end there, last week they looked great against the Broncos. And the Chiefs, they showed up against Tampa Bay, but that was, everybody was playing with like 10%, 20% more juice just because of that revenge matchup, like you mentioned. I think that 10%, 20% extra juice is going to fall towards the Raiders' favor this week. And, I have no reason to believe that Chiefs are 7-point favorites against the Raiders, so the spread for sure, I'll take the Raiders, but I will have some money line action on the Raiders as well. I think it's a good spot to get some value in.
I'm excited for this week, man. I don't know why. This week I feel like we're just hitting our stride.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to lose a lot of money this week. Like, it's the first time I felt like that. And you get a feeling like that when you're feeling confident. I was like, because I'm ready to risk it all. Because by saying that means like I'm willing to lose a lot because I feel so confident in my picks. Other weeks I wasn't confident in my picks, so it's like I'm not gonna lose too much because I'm not even gonna bet it. This week I'm gonna bet a lot, and we'll see how it goes. I might lose a lot.
Hell yeah!
Fair money don't make no money.
Absolutely.
Now I'm definitely like, there's some games where I'm just like iffy. My thing is like, whenever you try to like, you always got to just keep betting because otherwise, when you might miss out and be like, oh, that was just an obvious week. Like we've had some obvious weeks the last like couple weeks or whatever, and then like this week I'm kind of sketched out because I just feel like Vegas is gonna try to make their money back, but you still gotta bet how you normally would just look at the games and stuff. And we've been all doing good the last 2 weeks, so yeah, let's ride it, baby. Let's lose some money, baby.
Yes, sir.
Get a crazy
baby.
Gonna be wild.
Gotta be in shambles.
Yeah, we gotta cook a parlay.
Y'all not ready for playoff baseball and NBA tip-off coming. We about to turn up this month, so I hope y'all stay tuned.
We really are. Look out for the upcoming NBA preview show that we got going on. We're going to be talking about futures. We're going to talk about what teams to fade early, what teams to buy early, any players that, we're going to be talking about health of teams, stuff like that. So we're going to get you definitely – this is going to be the one-stop shop for everything NBA and get you ready for your betting season, baby. Help you win some money on that end too.
Yes, sir. All right, any last words from anybody before we hit the hang? I got to get my ass to sleep.
Yes.
Go, Command.
Lock in your parlays and may the betting gods be on your side.
Please. Knock on all the wood you got in your house. Light the candles. Hang the rosaries. Whatever it takes.
Let's go, baby.
All right. Good work, y'all. We'll see you next week.
All right. That's a wrap. That's a wrap for Week 5 recap.
Okay. Bars.
Okay. Foreigner.
I should practice that line. All right. We out.